What's up, y'all? I hope all is well with you today. When you start feeling like you are spiritually different from many of the people you are connected to in your life, as well as the people that you may encounter day to day, this is when you have transformed the way you view yourself, the way you view life and the world around you. It's as if a veil has been lifted, which revealed deeper truths and gave you greater awareness. You may have undergone an awakening and even found a deeper sense of purpose. With this clarity, it often comes with a significant shift in your values, your priorities, even your perspective. And sometimes it kind of naturally ripples into your relationships. Even if you don't make an announcement about this happening with you, the people in your life, they definitely notice. Sometimes they say something about it, sometimes they don't, but they definitely notice, especially if you weren't always like that. Being spiritually different can be a profound experience. But before awakening, many of us have unconsciously built our lives and relationships around societal norms, routines, and even surface level connections. But after an awakening, many of those old foundations begin to feel shaky, and for some of them, kind of irrelevant. After this process, you may have realized that your way of being or beliefs don't necessarily align with a certain person or people that you have connections with. It's important to remember that this is not a sign of failure or that you have done something wrong. It's just a natural part of your evolution. You may start struggling to connect with some of the people that you're connected to who remain focused on things that are now trivial to you. Conversations that used to just easily flow start to feel forced or, again, surface level. Your spiritual shift can bring challenges, especially when it comes to relationships. Now, although that's not your intention, okay, you're not doing that on purpose. You're not trying to have your relationships with people strained, but sometimes this does happen. Whether it's friends, family, or even romantic partners, navigating these connections will require a delicate balance of authenticity, understanding, and compassion. One key thing to remember is that just because you have spiritually shifted, that doesn't mean that the other people in your life have spiritually shifted as well. Many of them never will. Some of them may have too, but they could still just be in a different space within their journey. One of the worst things that we can do is automatically expect everybody that we interact with in our lives on a regular basis to be on the same spiritual level as us or have the same spiritual experiences or spiritual beliefs. It can really be a challenge navigating through these relationships. So let's get into that. Let's talk about how to navigate through relationships when you are spiritually different. You should embrace your authentic self. The first step to maintaining healthy relationships with any of the people that you're connected to is by embracing who you are. Yes, you are spiritually different, but it's okay. Still be yourself. When you step into your spiritual truth, it's natural to feel vulnerable. You might worry about judgment. You might worry about rejection or even just feeling misunderstood by the people you're connected to. However, hiding your spirituality or the true essence of who you are, it can create a rift between your inner and outer self when you're not being yourself. I feel like sometimes people can get authenticity confused. Authenticity is not about sharing every single part of your journey with everyone. It's more about allowing your true self to shine through without fear. Trust that the right people will see you and resonate with your energy. Next, you want to practice compassionate communication. Try to understand where people are coming from, their point of view. Approach conversations with curiosity rather than confrontation just because it's different. And that's even when you're sharing your beliefs or your experiences. Others may not understand your perspective, and that's okay. Everyone's on their own path and they have their own beliefs that were shaped by their own unique experiences. They're not necessarily wrong for their way of being and thinking. One of the hardest parts of spiritual growth is accepting that not everybody will be able to meet you where you are. Not everybody will be able to match your energy, and some of them will resist your changes, feeling threatened and confused. Truth is, we all come from different backgrounds and have different perspectives. So when someone misunderstands you, it's less about you and more about their lens on the world. It's important to honor their journey while staying true to yours. Letting go of the need for external validation can be very freeing for your mind and your energy. Instead of focusing on who doesn't understand you, instead, channel your energy into cultivating relationships with those who do. Another thing to remember is that if a relationship feels strained to you, it's time to reflect on whether it's a matter of lack of alignment or if it's just a temporary misunderstanding. Also, accept that not all relationships with the people you may be connected to are meant to last forever. And that's okay, especially if it's someone who treats you really bad. When you are spiritually different, it's important to set boundaries in relationships without guilt. As you grow spiritually, you may find that certain behaviors, certain conversations, and dynamics are very draining. Boundaries isn't about shutting people out, it's more about protecting your energy so that you can show up authentically in all of your relationships. Your boundaries might look something like asking somebody not to do a certain something, or it might look like you spending less time around people who dismiss your beliefs, or it might look like certain times when you need solitude, you take those moments to be by yourself when you need it. Many times, you may wind up kind of naturally inspiring understanding from some of the people you're connected to simply by embodying the peace, the love, and the wisdom that your spiritual path has brought to you. So you don't need to spend any time trying to convince anybody to see the world as you do. When people start to see certain changes with you, whether it's you being more calm, or maybe you're happier, or maybe you have more compassion, or even more confidence, sometimes they just become more curious and even more open to understanding your journey. Either way, even if they don't, focus on living your truth rather than explaining it. Sometimes the quiet example of your transformation is more powerful than your words. The shifting dynamics and the relationships that you have with people in your life are not only natural, but they are essential to your growth. Each person that you encounter, whether they remain in your life or not, they all serve a purpose. Some will teach you lessons, others of them will reflect your past self, and few will even walk with you as you continue to grow into your highest potential. Recognizing these shifts as a part of your evolution will help you navigate the emotions of loss and discovery with grace. Remember that only the most authentic connections will be able to stand the test of change, while others will make room for something new. To book a personal one on one session with me, all that information will be down below in the description box of this video. I'll be back soon. Peace.